All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Bakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, taught us the truth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe. I'm the brother Iwalumia from the GMS Chicago branch. Here in Chicago, come back at you with another lesson. Lord willing, I hope it be edifying. It's going to be straight to the point, just to basically talk about, this lesson is going to be on, how nuclear war is inevitable. It's going to happen. It's prophesied in the scriptures. World War III, which is actually called what? The Battle of Armageddon, which is the end-all be-all for this society. So I'm going to just jump straight into this article. This is from the New York Times or the nytimes.com. It says, Biden calls the prospect of Armageddon the highest since the Cuban Missile Crisis. It says, President Biden delivered a striking warning on Thursday night that recent threats from President Vladimir V. Putin of Russia could devolve into a nuclear conflict, telling supporters at a fundraiser in New York City that the risk of atomic war had not been so high since the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. And right, they was also talking about, Esau in this matter, they was talking about radiation pills. I believe it was either Vladimir Putin or Joe Biden that basically talked about, something about radiation pills, for the upcoming nuclear war. But just to say that this thing is inevitable, it's going to happen. Now we're just waiting on the TV to come to pass. It says we have now faced the prospect of Armageddon since Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis. Mr. Biden told a crowd at the second of two fundraisers he attended on Thursday evening. And it says we are trying to figure out what is the Putin's off the ramp. Mr. Biden said, adding, where does he find a way out? What does he find himself? He does not only lose face, but significant power. Right. With America and Russia putting sanctions on each other, America, going against China, trying to invade Taiwan. All this is escalating. As the scriptures say, you shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See, be not troubled because what? The end is not yet. Loosely paraphrasing. But let's just jump into some precepts. This is the book of Revelations 11 and 14. It says the second woe means destruction. It says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe comes quickly. Yeah, because if you read, I believe it's, if you read, if you go into, if you dive into the book of Revelations, it talks about, three woes. It's prophesied in the scriptures, World War I, World War II, and the inevitable World War III. All these are prophesied in the scriptures that you can read about. That you can read about nuclear weapons in the scriptures, which they're, described as arrows, different things like that. But we're inevitable, we're heading towards nuclear war. It's nothing that Esau Edom can do. There's nothing that these people can do about it, because what? Nuclear war is already prophesied in the scripture. So what? It's going to happen. It says, and behold, the third war cometh quickly. Right, World War III, which is the true war to end all wars. How back in when World War II ended, they said that was the war to end all wars. Now World War III is going to be that war to end all wars. Because after this, there's not going to be any more war, never ever again. This is the book of Isaiah 54 and 16. It says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals, and the fire that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. Right, the Lord, basically has put it into these scientists' minds, to basically split the atom, to basically help, come up with the atomic bomb. Then, years later down the line, the nuclear weapon. Only the Lord is capable of putting it into a human mind to create such a weapon. It says, the coals and the fire that bringeth forth an instrument for its work, and I have created the waster to destroy. Right, going into that nuclear missile. First there was an atomic bomb. What happened to Hiroshima and Nagasaki? I believe it was Fat Boy and Skinny something. I forget the exact names of the atomic bomb. But ever since, the Lord has been creating in these scientists' mind, to basically, to build these nuclear weapons. Let's see. Bear with me for a second. book of Isaiah 9:5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. It says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Right, you know, if you go back into the ancient world, what did the people of the ancient world used to fight with? Shields, swords, you know, different things like that. When they clash, you'll hear the clashing of the swords, you know, the ramming of the shields, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Talking about those thermonuclear missiles. These are going to be fought with nuclear missiles. Because what? This is going to be a nuclear war. World War III, which you can read about in the Bible. You know? So World War III is ultimately inevitable. You know? So with that being said, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to end off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakapadash. That honor to the elders and our apostles, great mills, don't taught us this truth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe. Lord, I hope this lesson was edifying. And until next time, YAHAWAH.